what, Charlie? I think he's right, dude. Only a couple jabronis come out here without skates on. I gotta do this thing in skates, man. You know, work up a routine, really jazz the crowd.
You know, can I stop you, though?
Yeah.
You keep using this word jabroni, and it's awesome.
First of all, iconic. I didn't know people still use the word jabroni. The last time I've heard that, I think, was 1990. It was a tremendous throwback.
I never stopped using it.
You've been using it ever since?
Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah,
And then everyone said jabroni.
What is that? The future of radio, you jabronis.
Cool word.
Hey, jabroni, show some class.
She's right, Andy. You're being a jabroni.
Jabroni, J-A-B-R-O-N-I-X-Y-Z, A-B-C. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jabroni.
We don't believe you jabronis. Nah. We don't believe you jabronis. Nah. We don't believe you jabronis.
Cheers. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a Friday night edition of the Jabronis. I am your reigning, defending, undisputed Jabroni world champion. I left it upstairs. Topher McKinn. And he's Mike Butler. He's got his Phillies gear on. We're almost matching here. This is beautiful.
I forgot to plug in my microphone. I mean, you can hear me, but you know,
it's needed.
It is needed. But hi, yeah, I'm in my Phillies gear, fresh off of the zoo. We just got back maybe an hour ago.
How was the zoo?
It was good. She didn't like the dinosaurs, but she fed a giraffe.
Wait, there was dinosaurs at the zoo?
Well, like animatronic ones.
You know. Oh, I just got so nervous.
No, yeah, like they move and shit. They don't walk or nothing. You know, they tilt their heads.
Made me think dinosaurs.
Yep.
And at the Philadelphia Zoo exclusively.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Well, I was after work today. I went and had a few drinks, and then I was, I had a few drinks, and I was like, "Oh, I'm feeling a little tired." So I did the clutch move. I was at the bar, and I Uber Eats Dunkin' Donuts.
Like, were you racing it to your house?
No, they left it at the door, so it was perfect. I ended up getting home right before it got here, but I got iced coffee and munchkins.
That is fantastic. What? That is a very good move.
So it was
kind of jealous a little bit.
I was like, turned on the ring light, plugged in the laptop, grabbed the iced coffee, and boom, got all the news up in front of me and set to go. And I mean, we have to start off first with last week. We ended with
as abrupt can get.
It was a cliffhanger where you just had to remove yourself from the stream. There was a vicious wasp attack at the Butler household.
Oh man! So if you caught the episode last week, you knew that at first I called bullshit. I did not hesitate to call bullshit. It just so happens that wife was like, nah, she ain't bullshit. And then we were about to continue because I was told that I have time.
We declared bullshit.
We did declare bullshit. I was then told that I had time to finish because we were I think we were close to wrapping up anyway.
We were.
And then something happened where I guess it was maybe flying around in the house. And she was like, you don't have time. So I ixnayed real quick. And let me tell you. So I was surveying the situation. It was like right in the corner of where I have this like slope that's above my steps as part of the ceiling. I don't know if you get what I'm talking about.
I got you.
It was in the corner of that when you first start to go up the steps. And there's a little crack in there, and it was making its way in there. So I'm thinking that it's trying to get into the walls of my house. And me being me, I'm like, well, that's not going to happen.
He's trying to get in the foundation.
Yeah, trying to get in the foundation. I'm not trying to hear buzzing and bizzing all night long. So run downstairs, Grab the wasp spray. Definitely looked like a wasp. We later find out that apparently it's not. It's like I don't. It wasn't a bumblebee, but it wasn't a wasp. I don't know. Dana told me this. I don't know. I want to say I think she told me it was like a carpenter's bee or something. But like I don't know. Like if she's an expert in bees, it's news to me. So I don't know how she knows it's different. I don't know if I'm different. So yeah, I sprayed that boy real good with the wasp spray. Had my fly swatter. Started doing that. Missed like the first 4 times, so then I started panicking and going faster because like it's gonna get up and sting me since I missed.
Get mad. It knows you.
But eventually I got it. Pieces went flying. This was not my first encounter with a bee-like animal in the house because last year I'm down here actually and I'm playing games. I'm doing my shit. It was like midnight too, and all I see, little bee. Also, think it was a wasp, just chilling. And I'm like, man, I don't want to go down there anymore because I don't want to get stung. Like it's the wasp's basement now. And at the time I had a picture of Nick Foles holding the Super Bowl trophy up, framed, black frame and everything, and that's where it was hiding. Couldn't tell where it was because it was a black frame and it was a dark wasp-like thing. So I didn't know where it was. And then I was like standing up and I saw a glare on the picture. And the wasp was like on that glare. So that little bit of white. And I was able to see. And I was like, oh, you're fucking dead, dude. And I hated doing it, but I just sprayed Nick Foles' picture all over the place with wasp spray. Nick survived. B didn't. But they're plotting because I had that incident. Keep in mind, I was about to go to my dad's birthday at my brother's house. We get there. There's a motherfucking bee or wasp in my brother's house. And he maybe lives 5 minutes away from me where bees can communicate.
You guys did something to bees when you were younger.
They're onto us. And then my wife this past week doing yard work and same shed where I killed the nest last week. Motherfuckers were working on a new one. So
they know it doesn't matter if it's through marriage or whatever. The Butler family did
we got an issue here. We got
history against wasp or bees.
Spoiler alert, the jabroni of the week for me is definitely buzzworthy. Okay. So next week when I go out there to mow the lawn, I am very nervous what I'm going to find.
It's funny, like I could say that our jabroni of the weeks this week they're about the birds and the bees. It's a little bit of a spoiler. The birds and the bees. But we'll wait for that.
Yeah, let's not mess the format of the show. That's just, it's crazy. I've never had an issue with bees. I always stayed out of their way. They stayed out of my way.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, no.
Not anymore. All right. We have a lot of news to get into this week, and it wouldn't be talking about wrestling if we didn't start off talking about CM Punk.
Yeah.
And last week we were talking about the return, I believe it June 21st, Chicago, and it's seeming like now.
Yeah.
We're looking like a Chris Jericho and CM Punk feud possibly with this little Saturday brand split. Andrew Zarian's putting more out there. He says he doesn't know if the Appreciation Society will be involved in it or FTR, but it seems like that's what we're getting. And hey, if you're starting a new Saturday show and your main feud's going to be the very controversial CM Punk and Chris Jericho, one of the biggest names in your company, let's go. Let's do this. I don't know how it's all going to work out with all the drama, but I mean, some people are very sour on Jericho and Punk working together. Like, oh, they worked like 10 years ago together. He broke the bottle and it broke before it hit his head.
It was funny because I was thinking to myself, like, some jabroni is on Twitter is going, when that match is officially announced, he's going to be like, oh man, it's a dream matchup. I was like, where were you 10 years ago? Unless you are 10 years old on Twitter, you shouldn't be saying this. Somebody's going to say it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm afraid it's also going to be the motherfucker on TV saying it, like Shivani or Excalibur. Oh man, what a dream matchup!
But I think this is the route to go. I think this is to even build to anything else that could be potential with bigger feuds. This is kind of the guy who said he's a cancer to the locker room. Just the stuff that could come out of the promos and whatnot, and I don't know how deep they can go into talking about certain things, but I mean, it'll definitely draw.
Yes, it will. Having said that, I know I mentioned it last week or maybe talked about it, but after a week of sitting on it, I want to say this. This split is dumb. The reasons that's happening, it's dumb. It's literally, there are trusted sources saying how he hasn't talked to the Young Bucks. He hasn't talked to Omega. I mean, granted, he was given direction not to, which is still pretty bad. There's no communication. You're literally splitting this roster up because of one guy. That's ridiculous. That is not. I mean, I don't run a business, but I can't imagine that is a winning formula.
It seems like the deal with Warner Brothers and the money is
that's cool, I guess, but
it seems like the deal. But it also seems like where like AEW has and people who've worked for AEW have talked shit on WWE and the Saudi Arabia deal and the people who make their money off of that. At the same time now, I mean, you're going to bring back a controversial figure because money. And again, hey, there's nothing wrong against that. But again, at the end of the day, it's Warner Brothers and the whole deal and everything kind of seemed like it all hindered on, is CM Punk involved in this? Because, I mean, if he's involved in it, we'll sign at the X. But if he's not, who do you guys got for us?
Fair. I hope it works out, man. And you know what? That first show, it's going to be huge. It's going to do ratings. It's going to do great. All that good stuff. So what they do after that is
building, you
know.
Just
but, it's very intriguing. It's just I just disagree with doing it.
Because I was just thinking with the return again, like just like how Bray Wyatt, he hasn't been around forever. And if like Bray Wyatt ended up returning months from now, like, is it almost like you redo a return then at that point? Like we had that.
Yeah, kind of, right?
You had that crazy return in October. So it's just like now, like you're gone so long. It's like, how do you like, again, you have to do like a big, huge return again. Like it just can't be.
They started like fucking like a lot of accounts have started posting like Bray Wyatt stuff. Like one account tweeted how Uncle Howdy's theme is now
it's on
available on Spotify.
I saw that today on
There
New
was something else from another account that was affiliated with WWE that came out about him. I mean, they might start dropping hints about things, but
you just don't know where he's at.
Yeah,
everything just
like, that's a health thing, though. Like,
yeah,
he had health issues, and you don't want to rush that back, I guess.
Which could have been originally maybe he rushed back too quickly in the first place. I'm not saying, but it could have been, and then it just kind of led to, because I mean, he was not around much. He was very limited on television, and it was everything cooled off after a while. And again, through his whole return, the only thing that really came out of it was really he really put over LA Knight with everything, it seemed, at the end of it. But
Right.
just really never got a payoff from this whole little whatever they were doing here. Is your cat getting attacked by a wasp?
He's I didn't think you could hear that. He's so my wife shut the door.
He's trying to get
and
out.
he wants to get out. So now that you've brought it on air, I'm going to let him out let him up there real quick.
I know that because my cat Keith would be doing the exact same thing, just looking at the door going, meow, meow.
So let me
Do it up.
Let me do that real quick. Where's
Set the pussycat free. All right. As he is setting his pussycat free, I am going to move on here and start off what we're going to be talking about next, which is my boy Fandango sat down, had a conversation about many things in his WWE past, including the story of the origins of the Fandango character, all the way down to finding out that Vince McMahon was not a fan of Fashion Files.
What?
Oh my God. When I said about birds and bees, and also this story will be part of Jabroni of the Week, meaning Vince McMahon, basically. We'll just get into it. It goes all back talking about the origins of Fandango, where Tyler Rex, Kurt Hawkins, Brian Majors were involved, and like Triple H sent Johnny Curtis to to a stripper and strip classes for a while, and then like months into doing that, he then said learn ballroom dancing and all this other, but it ended up going where he became Fandango, obviously. But the part here that I did not like was the whole Vince McMahon not liking Fashion Files. That seemed like it was a Vince McMahon thing.
You're lying, right?
All right, so on Fashion Files here, and this is the first time I'm reading this quote, but we're going to read this whole quote here. All right, we would come to TV every week and grab one of the .com guys and just start cutting promos. Then it kind of organically grew into the Fashion Files. We would dress up as cops, ordered gear from Amazon. Yes, I knew it. It started to get a lot of traction online, and social media guys loved working with us. I think it got back to the production meeting, and they said, listen, they're doing these .com segments, and they're getting a lot of social media buzz. They would go off social media attraction and stuff. They said, let's put a segment on TV. And that's basically how Fashion Files got started. From day one to the last day we did it, Vince did not laugh once. Oh my God. I can't even read the rest of this paragraph. It's already sad. He did not understand any of the jokes. He didn't get any of the pop culture, like any of the movies. He did not understand it. He didn't like it, but he knew the fans liked it, so he kept it on the shows. All right, Vince. All right. He didn't understand any of it. There would be people in Gorilla watching the segment, and everyone would pop while the segment was airing, and Vince would just, I guess this is what they would tell us. Vince would just look around. The dry sense of humor.
I can see him just looking at everybody like, the fuck are these guys doing?
Yeah, they said the dry sense of humor just wasn't his thing, which if you're a 70-something-year-old guy, you're probably not getting Twin Peaks jokes. It's understandable. It's nothing against him, but he didn't like it at all. But he knew that some people did. Oh, my God.
It's facts.
I remember being live at the one show at the pay-per-view where Fashion Files was just it was for Battleground. I remember the one I went to with the Punjabi one. It was a backstage segment, dude. When the lights went out and the Fashion Files thing started, the place went nuts. I remember. And I remember they were doing some kind of like X-Files thing at the time, maybe. It was very stupid, but I guess, yeah. That was so disappointing. I was like, oh no. I'm over here like, that should be a show on WWE Network. Little did I know.
Ah, sad.
God. All right. We're going in order this week. Let's see. WWE teases Solo Sikoa versus Rhea Ripley match during Raw. Did you see this at all?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear about that. I don't think they teased it. I just think it was a cool moment.
That's a clickbait article there.
I think it is. I think that's a clickbait article.
We had
That's
on Raw. We had
something
Brock
that sounded like something that Louis Dangor guy would put out.
We had Lesnar return, kind of just laughing at Cody. We had a bunch of people come out, pull parts and
All right.
chairs. And
What was his outfit? What character wears his outfit? I know there's somebody. Is it Van Helsing?
Brock was rocking the long black trench
With
coat,
the long
right?
trench coat and the cowboy hat. It's got to be like a Van Helsing, not the Undertaker. Don't say the Undertaker.
It was pretty badass. That's
was-
pretty Undertaker-ish.
He's like
the Duster.
I don't know. He's like the walking epitome of I can do whatever the fuck I want to. I can dress however the fuck I want to, and you're not gonna say a goddamn thing about it. And that is true.
I'm gonna show up, walk down a ramp, halfway, walk back up, laugh, and get ready for my trip to Puerto Rico in about a week and a half.
And you're gonna pay me $2 million to do it. Suck it.
Beautiful. And I'm gonna beat Cody. You know what? I'm beating Cody.
Maybe.
Oh, I can't. We're gonna get to it soon. We're saving that, but your all-time favorite wrestler commenting on WrestleMania main event. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. All right. Let's talk about a fan supporting WWE star confiscated. Sign it. Raw.
Yeah. This is the Dana Brooke situation.
This was
Interesting.
mostly used on main event recently, but yeah, she had give Dana Brooke a chance. It happened again this week in Arkansas. A sign that said, "I paid to see Dana Brooke."
Oh, it happened again.
So it happened in LA, and then it happened, "I paid to see Dana Brooke." So she's got family members in at least LA and Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, what are you trying to say? She doesn't have fans around the world?
I'm just kidding. She's my favorite 24/7 champion. You know this.
She's really good. She was really good.
But yeah,
I mean,
to confiscate it.
Yeah, to confiscate is pretty weird,
Like, if I was there and I had I want Fandango, I get it. He doesn't work with the company anymore, and they would take it. I still don't agree with it.
Oh, of course not.
But
I mean, if Tyler Breeze is a legend,
she works for the company. They're
yeah, that's like you going to a show holding up a sign for Reggie, not Scripps. Reggie,
just Reggie, and they took it. Oh my God, what an example that is! That's perfect.
Right. That's exactly what that is.
And they kicked me out of Full Sail too.
Yeah. We don't know Reggie. There is no Reggie. We don't promote weed here. Okay, relax.
Oh, that's that's the most perfect example. You can't do that. Oh my God, and that's a perfect connection because they were like a thing.
They did the thing. Yeah, they did
the thing. All right, so give Dana Brooke a chance. If they make it to Philadelphia and we have a streak going, we'll bring a Dana Brooke sign.
100%.
All right. Let's see. Mercedes
seats behind Kevin Patrick and Corey Graves too. We'll just hang that bitch.
We need that. I've always wanted that. That's actually one of my things. I want
behind
pay-per-view behind commentary.
Hell yeah.
I don't want ringside. I want behind commentary. I want to look over all the time and be like,
we wouldn't make it past the
opening segment. Yeah, dude. Our Dana Brooke sides is going to be great. All right. Next up, Mercedes Moné says she's moving to Japan full-time. She's learning Japanese.
Cool.
All right. Next story here. We have jaBROnis. There's a lot of worse things that we can do with our lives than smoking pot. There's a lot of good reasons to consume the product. jaBROnis promoting marijuana use. We love it. Tony Khan loves it.
Love to see it.
Leo Rush loves it. He'll give Tony Khan some of his. We'll all smoke it. JR loves it. Little tidbit articles here. MJF says Britt Baker is not an AEW pillar, but he respects her as a dentist. MJF.
I love Britt Baker. I think she's more of a pillar than the other three that are not champions. But I mean, he's right about the dentist then.
You know where this came from? You know where this interview came from? I could not click on it to watch it.
No, where? Oh, Fightful, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, Mr. SRS and MJF. I saw the thumbnail, and that was enough for me. But it seems that he made a little joke about Britt Baker. I won't look anything more into it because of that. But, haha. All right, so months ago, actually probably now over a year ago, there was many WWE talent had Twitch. Love Twitch. Paige was on there. AJ Styles. Massey. Mansois. All of them. Everyone was twitching. We loved it. And then they couldn't. But now we've reached a deal. And now WWE talent are going to be able to Twitch now. And I believe that WWE is only getting in the singles of percentages.
They're also taking it from the Twitch side, not the performer side.
So that's really...
It's not a big deal because it should have been allowed anyway, but for them to do it, it's a big deal, I guess, you know.
To show, they could easily just take it away and no, you can't do it.
Right.
To form a deal because it's like, the talent really, and I'm sure Xavier Woods and many people who are with the gaming, it caters to a huge audience.
Oh my God, opens up so many other doors.
So the fact that they took it away, but the fact that they almost kind of looks like they're listening and seeing that there is money to be made there. There's your talent is exposing your business to many more people and many more. I don't know. At the end of the day, it just seems like a kind of like a smart PR play for WWE and talent, and even to lure maybe people for future signings and deals. So overall, not a.
You know who I hope starts doing it? Like AJ Styles. I know he's streamed before. I hope he gets on it so I can see him because I miss him so much. Sorry.
Oh boy, it's beautiful. There's a lot of stuff about Seth Rollins leaving WWE the past week, which just seems like very. And then Becky Lynch also with she pulled a Drew McIntyre.
She did. I think I'm starting to think it's a storyline about with both of them. I'm starting to think there's some type of long-term storytelling with these blackouts. If one more person blacks out their Twitter that currently works for the WWE, that's a name. I think it's all storyline. I'm not going to think anything of it if Dana Brooke blacks out her Twitter.
Retribution.
She probably has a reason to. But if Sammy or I don't know, fucking LA Knight block out their Twitters if they have them, then yeah, I think it's all story.
LA Knight, Mr. Money in the Bank?
Yes, him.
All right. Let's talk Big E. He shared an update. He said he was in the gym 2 weeks after. He was in the gym 2 weeks after he broke his neck. He said he's feeling great, grateful for everything. But it seems right now he's kind of just waiting for maybe a word to return, which hey.
Yeah.
He's
ready. He's waiting to be cleared to get in the ring and start taking bumps. At least so he can get used to taking bumps again.
We're hoping for him to come back. We're gonna split the titles up. We're gonna have two champions. There's room for you, Big E. We need another glorious.
Love you, Big E.
We need a glorious run. Oh my God, Michael! One of our favorite podcasts is ending. Oh my God! FTR. It's over, man. He's ending it. There's too much controversy.
I mean, I wish I knew the full story. Well, I know he would be like the most honest person when it comes to talking about the business. Like, I've seen excerpts from his podcast. Like, he talks about shit, you know? And like, do you think this was like, do you think this was like somebody else's call, or do you think it was, like part of a new deal that they signed with AEW? Do you think it's their call? Do you think they ended it on their terms?
I think they were getting a lot of heat for like the half shooting on the podcast, and it wasn't even, I mean, Cash. It was, I mean, only Dax, but it seemed like he went through like and said, like, hey, if I'm going to talk about this, is that okay? It seemed like he always went through his partner, even though his partner wasn't part of the show. But the one thing that bothered me about the show is towards like the end, the last couple of weeks, anytime I saw a clip of it, he has a clear Dax picture of him, like his like face shape with the beard and everything. And it's got clear plexiglass over it. And you can see the reflection of his ring light and it reflects off of it when he's recording, and it bothers the hell out of me for some reason. Just like right now, if I sunglasses on, my ring lights up high. I look up a little bit.
You see
the ring light in my eye. But I don't know. I always thought the production of the show, just the overlay, everything, Matt Coon, everything about it was garbage. So
I mean, you know, who are we to talk about production?
No,
I mean, I'm saying
no. I'm sorry. Our production was way better. And if you
again, I haven't seen it, so I can't really judge.
You could look at it and you could tell. Like, just because you can get fucking like Shure microphones doesn't mean anything whatsoever. It doesn't change. Like, if you don't know how to do your levels and everything, or just cheap overlays and terrible lighting where nothing's like, it kind of just seems like they're the only two people involved. And I don't know, like, I know for us, we're the only two people involved, but we have our shit together.
We got people.
That was
boom microphone.
That is like, I don't know. When I watched it all the time, I was like, it seems kind of amateur for being a professional wrestler doing a podcast. I feel like
he's a wrestler, not a fucking media.
But you know, he's not main. That Matt Coon guy has to be what, like, either
Matt
he
Coon
needs to
is
hire
the Conrad Thompson type deal.
Dude, get an assistant to make some overlays that don't look like complete dog shit. Like, come on, like, just care a little bit. I don't know. That's what I got visually.
Well, I know. I mean, you probably look at overlays like that's probably the first thing you look at when you see other people's podcasts. You're like the overlay king. So.
Yeah, I just look at certain things. Like, when I look at things sometimes, to me, maybe they think it looks good too. And it's like, all right, that's fine. But it's just like, it makes it just look like they're phoning it in. It's just like, yeah, it looks so cheap. Like that font's terrible. Like that color's terrible. It clashes with what your background. I don't know. I also look into, I guess, more things than apparently they do. But sorry, Dax, no big deal. Oh my God, let's talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay,
Stone Cold's the best. He, I guess, is in the minority with me, who he believed the finish of WrestleMania went down the exact way that it should have. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, it's one of the Mount Rushmores right there. We can't go against that. It's certified. It's correct. That was the right ending. Stone Cold said so.
I don't think there was a wrong ending, personally. I think they would have been fine if Cody won. I think it's fine that Roman won.
He said it was
hard to argue.
He said magnificent. The ending was magnificent.
Yeah. It's hard to argue. Hard to argue the greatest of all time. So, like, I'm so kind of sick and tired of talking about this main event like it happened. You know, it ain't the end of the world. It's a show. It's a show.
It's got two more. He said, I watched both nights of WrestleMania 39 very intently. To me, you can't take that belt off Roman right now.
You can't.
He's like, you want to get it to Cody somehow, some way, sometime. but now's not the time. He's like, just thinking about that finish, I thought it was definitely the right call. I love the outside interference. You didn't know what was coming next. That spike to the throat for me, it was money.
And it was. And it was. And it was. Look, it's fine. Cody's probably going to win it fucking at WrestleMania 40. I don't think he wins it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I hate the fact that just people assume that now makes me want to. Nope.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
And I mean, of
That's
course,
how you-
that's not going to happen when we run this back at WrestleMania 40, probably.
Yeah, but I think, don't you just think it's going to be more of the pushback where everyone thinks it's going to happen at SummerSlam, just like WrestleMania, and it's going to be.
Oh my God, we're gonna do this all over again. We're gonna do this.
We're gonna both pick Cody.
Again.
We're both gonna pick him at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But they're gonna.
Nah, I'm definitely going full blown Roman.
Yeah,
I'm
I
definitely
can't go
going Roman
against him.
at SummerSlam for sure.
You gotta go against.
Here's
You
the thing:
literally gotta go against them.
if you wait, if you wait to SummerSlam to do the match again, you might as well wait another 6 months to do the match at WrestleMania 40.
That's the thing, because if you do the match again at SummerSlam, and you want to, what, you're gonna have somebody else attack them the night after SummerSlam and make you forget about it for a little bit, or you just
MJF.
stay away from. No, he can't be there yet.
After the night after WrestleMania 40?
Oh wait, no, I was saying after SummerSlam.
Oh no. Oh, I see.
If Roman beats him again at SummerSlam,
yeah,
then where do you go? What is fucking Omos come out and fucking destroy Cody on Raw, or
probably?
Oh shit, fuck.
Or they could fucking. I mean, you have all these former Bullet Club members. You could do something there. You could have a Finn and Cody story. You can have a Cody AJ story. You could have all three of them in a triple threat match. You could have all three of them make their own little club. Who knows where the Judgment Day will be?
True.
You could do a whole little club, and that could be the catalyst to get Cody the title at WrestleMania 40. You could have the Bloodline versus the club. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. You could have those three, Gallows, Anderson. Throw Mia in there if you want to. She's cool. Oh, yeah. You could do all that versus, the Bloodline or the fucking Judgment Day with a new leader. Dude, that's fine. Just booking this shit.
Hey. We got more WWE program coming. We got WWE Tall versus Small. Did you see this?
Yeah, dude. So it's a little kid versus a superstar in a trivia contest. Do we know if it's wrestling trivia or is it just are you smarter than a fifth grader stuff?
It's I don't think there's any more details except that it's a trivia contest and there has.
If it's wrestling trivia, then somebody needs to hire me some little kid needs to hire me and coach them up because I know shit. Okay?
No details about if it's going to be just random events or wrestling topics, but
you just let me know and I'll be there. And I'm also going to try and pass for 5.
We have WWE reportedly has plans for new faces debut during the draft. I mean, obviously,
heel faces or new faces superstars,
those guys that we've been talking about for months,
the Cameron Grimes and the Braun Breakers, Ilya Dragunovs,
and your Carmelo. But I don't know about him. Maybe they could still do Carmelo Hayes as well.
He's got to run with his little NXT title.
I would say 100% that. God bless you, but I'm definitely saying that your Cameron Grimes and Braun Breaker are 100% getting drafted to a brand.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe I mean, kind of. I'm hoping there's a little hope for Pretty Deadly. Would love to see them.
I could see that also happening.
Would love to see them and MMM just doing stuff together. I think that would be fucking gold. Whether it's a rival, whether it's
Pretty
something.
Deadly would be, I think, a big help to the tag division.
I think so. Even the Diamond Mine guys would also be. Are they still teaming together? Like those two guys? I cannot remember their name.
That faction has changed so many times. I don't even know if it's a thing anymore.
I think the two people. I'm going based off of my fucking WWE game here.
Is Stoke Hathaway in it?
No, I don't think so. I think he's in AEW.
Shit. Is Hook in it?
No, he's doing something with Jeff Hardy.
Oh, is that what that? Yeah, hold on. That's coming up. There was some article. Is there like a deletion match happening?
I think that's happening on Rampage, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. So on the latest Extreme, talked about upcoming deletion match against the Firm. So I didn't even know that this is he like doing the broken thing again?
No, he's not. He's not. But like, he kind of is. The Creed brothers. That's who the motherfucking people are. I'm sorry, Creed brothers. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, he's like not doing it, but like he's, he's still Matt Hardy and still has access to all that shit. So that's kind of what's happening.
So
and then Jeff Hardy just looks like he's there.
So Jeff Hardy's return match is going to be a deletion match on Rampage?
I think so.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So we were talking like, why did they change the King and Queen of the Ring to Night of Champions? So we have some backstage news on that now.
Okay.
It was changed. With every champion on the main roster defending their title, Meltzer reported that the reason for the name change will become clear following Backlash. Of course, you're going to find out, but the reason why is after you watch the pay-per-view and you see what happens. No shit. Regarding the reason of the 527 show in Saudi Arabia was changed from King and Queen of the Ring to Night Champions was a booking decision. We were told it will become obvious why after the Puerto Rico show and in the build to the show. Mr. Vague.
Well, that's actually still pretty exciting a little bit.
We could have reported that.
Yeah, but you don't know. Like that's like planting seeds. Like that's saying like, hey, something's gonna happen.
You'll find out after.
And it's going to tell you why we changed the names or something with the title is going to happen.
So we're still...
What if we get a triple threat match? Cody, Brock, Roman at Night of Champions.
He's not allowed to, right?
Oh, fuck me in the ass. Yeah, you're right. Well, still.
We have rules. Yeah, who's Roman defending against then? May 27th. We're about a month away.
For the record... The deletion match is not happening on Rampage. Spoiler alerts, like legitimate spoiler alerts here.
It's on right now.
No, I'm reading it. It's on Saturday. So they come to the ring, and Stokely Hathaway interrupts them and demands the full details of the match. And Matt Hardy says, "When the time is right, we'll give you the deets." That's what that is.
Is that all that happens on Rampage?
No, there's a whole show, but we were just talking about that. So. Do you want to know what else happens on Rampage?
No, who cares what happens on Rampage, right?
Like 300,000 people do.
True. It's true. It's very true.
In the world, bro.
God.
You know how many people are there in the world?
So we got a month. Is Matt Riddle wrestling Roman Reigns for the title? Who's?
No, he's not allowed to have a title shot either.
Oh, he lost the privileges as well. Yeah. Randy Orton coming back and wrestling for the title. What are we doing here?
So.
Who's wrestling Roman? We need somebody.
Do you want to speculate? Let's speculate. So we got this draft coming up. I think somebody that's part of the draft is gonna challenge Roman. Who is it?
Well, all right. So what are they doing with champion? Like, they can't be drafted?
I'm hoping they do say something about that on SmackDown, since it's a week away.
So it starts next Friday, right?
Yeah. I hope the champions are eligible.
It's literally like next month. We got Backlash on the 6th, Night of Champions 3 weeks later. I guess
Throw in Double or Nothing in there, right?
Oh yeah, Double or Nothing's in May as well.
Yeah.
All right.
No. Double or Nothing and Night of Champions ain't on the same day, is it?
Nah, I don't think they're both on the same. Is it AEW sticking to Sundays recently?
I don't know.
I feel like they've been going back to Sunday night shows.
Double or Nothing is Sunday, May 28th.
Yeah, I think WWE kind of like overtook Saturday.
So, okay.
Article about Goldberg getting paid $2 million for each of his Saudi matches.
Talk a butt, dude.
Get paid, dude.
Good for you.
And Dragunov, you already mentioned some rumors about him moving up to the main roster. New Japan reportedly they want to bring in Naomi.
I heard somebody tried to sign her, but was too expensive. They thought that she was too expensive.
Are you really? Are you fucking
serious? I did read somewhere. I mean, I try to read occasionally.
Hey, shit. You know what? Good for you, Naomi. Get paid, girl.
I thought you were saying good for me.
Oh, no, good for you for reading, obviously.
Yeah.
Reading is tight. Dynamite from Pittsburgh this week. We have a new champion crowned on Dynamite. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, hold on. I do. I watched. Hold on. Wasn't Jade. Just I can do it. I know it. It's not.
It's not Orange Cassidy because
it wasn't Orange Cassidy.
He successfully defends it all the time.
Right. Wasn't the tag titles. Oh my God! It's the TNT title. Thank you, TNT. Wardlow again. Yes.
Wardlow completes the symphony on Powerhouse Hobbs. He retains the TNT championship, and then I believe we talked about this. Christian Cage and Luchasaurus comes out, and it looks like we
did talk about this. Didn't we?
We're like, what's up with them? TNT title, and then boom, the next week, Christian Cage and Luchasaurus comes out, and they are next in line.
That's so funny.
They're going after it.
I forgot we talked about that.
As soon as it happened, I was like, we said this on Saturday. This is the thing. I said, like, isn't Luchasaurus like all badass and stuff like still? And hasn't he been like randomly doing like weird like vignettes? Boom.
That's fantastic.
Commander and Jay White had a match, and
people do you think Christian Cage challenges, or do you think
no? It's definitely Luchasaurus.
It's definitely okay.
Yeah.
So are you saying you like signed like? I mean, I know he's like older, but like you signed Christian Cage a multi-year deal, and you should manage him. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he won the Impact title and stuff there, but you know, it's not even an AEW title. You know, it's Impact. Sorry.
There was a lot of, I don't know if you saw, there was a lot of controversy with the Jay White and Commander match.
Yeah, weird. I mean, it was like, I felt indifferent about what people were saying. Like, I got what they were saying, but I don't think that they said it right, you know? I think they're getting a little, so like people are getting a little too up in arms about who his first match was against. Sure, I never heard of him. Sure, I had to Google it, which I definitely did.
Apparently WWE was high on trying to sign him as well. Apparently.
Commander?
Yes.
Well, you know, hey. I don't think people need to be worried about where Jay White's angle is going to be there. I think he's going to be fine. I kind of agree with. I mean, The Miz is
standing there with the holding.
So like that stuff, I do think it's kind of ridiculous to get really excited about somebody jumping up and down on the ropes.
Which is cool. It's cool. It looks cool.
It looks cool.
What was your thoughts on The Undertaker walking the ropes? Because I'm not gonna lie, that was iconic. I thought it was very stupid. I thought that.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was cool to see. But what kind of pain? What was the pain increase from doing that to the opponent? You know, like what was the difference between doing that and like jumping off the actual turnbuckle and hitting him with your arm?
Yeah, I don't know. There's certain things like people nitpick about things. It's just like, okay, yeah, I get it. Like standing up, like waiting for things. It's the same thing when there's a reversal when you're both climbing to the top rope and they start hitting you in the side and revert. Like for the most part, if you're the guy and the person's in front of you trying to do a move, you could just push them off.
Yeah, right. Like like you can fall into the ropes. And you know, with the Undertaker, some people did that. They just fell into the ropes or they would push the referee into the ropes. The thing is with the Undertaker, this was a damn near 7 foot tall guy doing that.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we're a little bit more forgiving. Like, yo, someone that tall that weighs 300 pounds shouldn't be fucking doing that. Whereas, you know, Commander, that's his name, Commander.
Yeah.
He specializes in that shit, and it's like, all right.
And I get in the logic of it when he's in the middle of doing the top rope, middle rope, bouncing. Yeah, push him. It falls.
Right.
You stand in the middle of the ring. You go like this. Everyone boos you. Done. Maybe you, and then you can do it sometimes. Like he can get the moves in on when he's wrestling, like people who are like unknowns, tweeners, quick matches where you know they're gonna win the match. It happens, but sometimes when you do it against these heels, they destroy it. They ruin it. They don't give the fans what they want. He starts jumping on the ropes and he cuts the rope. He brings out scissors. Let's see, we had the opening segment was the continuation of the Pillars setting up. So they were going to do Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin has a bye. So I believe Sammy Guevara defeats Jungle Boy.
They're doing this thing where like Sammy and MJF kind of have this deal where MJF will get Sammy to the finals if Sammy lays down and pins him, and then he offers him a whole bunch of money and weird, but a lot of heat that this segment got as well, this opening segment. A lot of people not liking it. A lot of people thinking that Jungle Boy is like the worst promo ever I've seen. A lot of people thought it was weird when Darby Allin celebrated getting a bye, like woo! Thought that I did hear that, and I thought that was very odd. Like I thought he was supposed to be like this dark character saying "woo." Wasn't really what I was expecting, but more power to you.
So what do you think?
Do the same.
What do you think this? Do you think this is leading to a Sting MJF? MJF and Darby Allin. Or are they going to do the MJF or Sammy Guevara?
Yeah, they have to do MJF Darby Allin. I think they do MJF Darby Allin at Double or Nothing. I think they do the Fatal 4-Way at All In.
Because the only other thing would be them doing the Sammy MJF and try to do the finger poke of Doom kind of, but then he kicks out.
Dude, if you want to fucking destroy your goddamn company, you can do that. Sure, go for it.
Like him laying down and then kicks out at 2, and then they actually have a match.
Okay. Well,
I could see them doing that where MJF thinks that Sammy's completely on board with him bribing him and paying him, and then lay right down 1, 2, kick out. You get a 20-minute match. MJF retains. I could see that. It would be a good match.
Sure.
I would honestly, I would I would actually more prefer to see that than him and Darby Allin. But that's just me. I don't know, man. No offense. I am not a Darby Allin fan.
I'm not a fan of any of the pillars except for MJF. And I don't even
Right, yeah.
consider him a pillar anymore. He's like,
Who's
he's exceeded that.
who's number? I kind of agree. I think he's
exceeded that dumb
greater a pillar.
reality.
Like Britt, you can be a pillar if you want. MJF.
Yeah, you can take MJF's spot, and you're now my favorite.
And you're my favorite. Yeah, I'm just gonna say the same thing. But if you had to, who's
of
like, those four men, the pillars? Like, if obviously MJF, like who's your
next one?
Who's number 2? Is it Jungle Boy?
No, I don't think it's Jungle Boy.
Is it Sammy Guevara?
I think it's fucking Sammy Guevara.
I guess.
And like that,
I love Jungle Boy.
I love Jungle Boy too, but he's also he's not the best promo, and I think that's something you need. Darby, I don't really think he's there with the promos either.
I think Sammy's gotten way.
Sammy's gotten. So here's the thing with Sammy, he does get heat. I think like 50% of it's like he earns, and I think 50% of it's go away heat, in my opinion. But either way, he's getting a fucking reaction. It may not be a great reaction.
That's the thing, but yeah.
But I can't stand him. I hate him. I hate him the most of the four. But I think he's like number 2.
It's like a respect where respect is due.
I just think he's like the lesser of the 3 other evils.
Yeah. The other big kind of storyline is with the Elite and this whole Blackpool Combat Club, and I don't know. Takeshita was just like not watching a monitor in the back, but like Don Callis basically like forcefully grabs him and like brings him out. And now the numbers are all off for this match. Whatever they're going to be doing now, I don't know how they're going to balance all these numbers now, because one side has a different number of people than the other now that they got Takeshita in here, and this is definitely leading to blood and guts.
Yeah, can we stop for a minute? I have to talk about Takeshita for a minute. Takeshita.
All right, let's do it.
I had a fucking dream, and Takeshita was in it. Takeshita, he was in it. So, I was at an AEW show. I was like, I know, right? Nip. And I was in a seat along the ramp. Okay, I was like right up there. There's no. This is so weird. And I had a picture, like a headshot of like a Japanese wrestler. No idea who it was. Wasn't Takeshita. Not somebody I've ever seen in my life. But I had it. It was there. And this motherfucker Takeshita, that guy, he comes down the ramp, sees me with the picture. No idea who this picture is. Looks at the picture. Takes his hand, places it on it, and bows to me. Makes his way down the ramp, and I wake up. What the fuck? That's not a fucking. That's not a fucking weird ass story that I just made up. That fucking shit happened. Wow. All right. I don't know what's gonna happen to me, but that I just thought I'd share that because Takeshita was in my fucking dream, and I've seen it 5 times in my life. Anyway, yeah, that was a weird thing, huh?
It's a weird thing. Got woken up out back. He fell asleep watching the monitors. Don Callis grabs him, throws him out there, makes the save, and we're just building. We're building.
So do you think Takeshita's in the Blood and Guts match, or do you think Paige is in the Blood and Guts match? It's got to be Paige, right? Unless Paige is really injured and they did the Takeshita thing as a placeholder in case he can't go.
Bucks, Omega, Page, and take a sheet, right? That's 5 people.
Yeah, but Bull Club only has 4, don't they?
Not Bull Club.
Or
Big Black
fucking
Cock.
Big Black Cock.
Wheeler, Wheeler, Claudio, Brian Danielson, and
Mox.
Blood and Guts is usually 5 too.
Is it?
I feel like it's a 5-on-5.
Interesting.
The Pinnacle. Remember, it was FTR, Spears, MJF, and
Sandman?
Jericho appreciates it. Wasn't it Jericho?
Wasn't it the Inner Circle?
Hager and or Santana and Ortiz. Yeah, I think it's 5. So I mean, does Blackpool Complex Club add somebody?
Maybe,
or like you just said, it could be a setup.
Maybe they add whoever was in the picture that he bowed to in my dream from Japan.
Your dream is telling the future of Takeshita. And I mean, before we get into Jabroni of the week, this last story could be kind of a Jabroni of the weekish. Ted DiBiase, kind of pulling a Brett Favre.
It was the exact same deal as Brett Favre. I did not know they were buddies.
Allegedly. Because we don't want to pat Matt.
Yes, they are allegedly buddies.
But yeah, Ted DiBiase.
We don't want to catch a lawsuit.
Ted DiBiase Jr. is looking into some legal trouble. Federal charges filed against him for stealing some money. The whole classic, little scheme, money laundering. Classics.
The deal.
I think that's all the news for the week. We got we're doing this Friday SmackDown tonight. We got a show. Is Roman on the show tonight? We got any
so Solo versus Riddle in a no DQ match. There's something else.
I guess we're not getting Roman until after Backlash.
I would
or the draft may. I guess they unless they talk about champions in the draft tonight.
Dude, I hope they do give like some fucking insight on what's up with the draft.
Some info, like you don't. Wouldn't you want Reigns on the show for the draft next week?
Yeah, you would. You'd think. You would think.
All right. Jabroni of the week time?
Hold on. Oh, yeah, we got Walter and Xavier Woods for the Intercontinental title. We got Raquel and Liv versus Sonya and Chelsea. And we got Braun Strowman versus one of the Viking Raiders as well. Oh, and Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar taking on Finn Balor and Damian Priest. I can't wait for that shit.
Why isn't Dominic in the match?
I don't know if they can. They can't really do Rey and Dominic too much. They're probably going to do that type of tag match on what's it called? Backlash.
That's right. You need the leader of Judgment Day to get some action.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Damian hasn't. Come on, Damian needs his. Damian needs his flowers too.
He does. He does. We love Damian Priest. He's our favorite leader. He's fearless. All right. Let's do Jabroni of the week.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jabroni.
Getting stuff here. Jabroni of the week. Oh, we've had a week full of jabroni-like actions from many people.
And things.
Yes, that is very true. Kind of teased upon some of them already, which we're gonna be reviewing now. Do you want to go first and reiterate and maybe add anything to
Yeah.
the mix?
Yeah. First off, I kind of want to add Aaron Nola to the Jabroni of the Week situation because he's an ace, and can't fucking get out of the first inning.
Don't even tell me they're already losing, because I wanted to put like $1,000 on the Rockies today because they're like plus 300 and the Phillies are garbage.
All right, so Nola gave up a 3-run home run in the first
Oh
inning.
my God, I know this is a separate rest. I can't believe that's insane, dude. I'm literally telling you, I saw that line -3 something, and I was like, that is the most insane line.
Phillies were -3 something.
The Phillies were minus like 320 something today.
Dude, that's insanity.
The Rockies were plus 225, 230, 235 in that range.
Jesus.
And even higher at some markets. Oh my God. I can't believe you said that, because I knew, like, I had like a vision of this happening. All of this right now.
Do it tomorrow. The fucking Phillies are starting Christopher Sanchez. Anyway, as he goes back out to the mound. Yeah, bees, wasps. Here's the deal. Look, I have a family, all right? And my job, not because I wanted it to be, but my job is to protect that family, okay? I'd rather just, live with them, not worrying about protecting them, but I have to, okay? I don't really have anything against yous, except, just like, don't fucking come to my house. Don't fucking, with your beeness. Really, really don't appreciate it. They're even haunting me in other forms of animals. Can I tell you something? I swear to God. When Sophia fed a giraffe today, guess what the name of the giraffe was? Bee. No, I swear to God. I swear to fucking God, it was Bee. I jumped out of fear.
Not good.
Yeah. His tongue was all silver and shit.
The universe.
The
universe is telling us something.
Yeah. Bees are fucking taking over. Then there's like these animatronic things that they have, and like there was a cicada there. It's not a bee, but it's basically in the bee family, I think. An animatronic cicada or cicada. I don't know. So like I guess the jabroni of the week, now that I'm getting into it, is like basically all insects that go buzz, Flies, they're kind of annoying too. Bees, they suck. Ladybugs, they make the sound. I don't know if stink bugs do it. I don't think so. I don't know if just fucking leave me alone. All right, that's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to mow my lawn and get done with it. It's already a annoying task as it is. Okay, I don't need to be worried about your little nests in my shed. Okay, so just fucking stop. Okay, I don't want to have to spray the whole lid of my shed to get rid of you guys. It's kind of fucked up. It's my jabroni of the week. Insects with wings.
And all right, so we're in the state where the birds and the bees. So you tackled the bees. I'm going to tackle the birds. And the birds I'm talking about is the blue Twitter bird, which then goes down to what's Twitter? It's all about a check mark. And oh my God, these dorks are getting very upset the past week because, oh my God, we're losing our check marks. Oh no, Elon took them. You need to pay now. Oh, but he's paying for LeBron to have one, but why can't I have one? I don't. Oh, what does life mean? So yeah, everyone's upset because they're caring about things that mean nothing. People don't have a blue check mark, and people are upset about it. From wrestlers to media personalities to, I don't know. It was all over yesterday when I went on Twitter. It was everywhere.
No, yeah, I've seen it. I've seen a lot of people do it. I've seen a lot of people now post in their like cover photo on Twitter a big blue check mark, as if nobody else can do that. My question is, what's the blue check mark do?
Nothing. It's a
do more people see blue check marked people?
I don't think so.
You know, like what's
I
it?
think it's just that thing when you see a blue check mark, you're like, oh, this is from a reputable source. But I mean, once the Twitter blue thing came, I mean, you got someone with 23 people and they got I mean, it doesn't mean, and in hindsight, it didn't mean anything. It's what you make it seem. If you care about a blue check mark next to your name,
yeah, I mean,
I literally, I can't even think of a backup. Like, it just makes no sense to me. It makes no little dent in your life whatsoever. I
mean, what do I know? I have 100 followers on Twitter. You know, that's
I just don't get why you.
If I comment on somebody's thing, they'll think like I'm like a bot because of how little followers I have.
I just never cared about followers or like any like. Just do what you do what you love, do it with passion, make it look good, and hey, whatever happens, happens. But I mean, the whole like, and again, like when we were in the whole wrestling universe, working with wrestling websites and stuff, it just seemed like that, like everyone we were surrounded by, that was it. That was like the get to, and it was just like, do any of you people like what you're doing at all, or are you just like doing it because it's like, look how cool I am, look what I like? You could just tell the people who don't have
like
passion. Or
I get the deal, like if you're a public figure and somebody's trying or like pretending to be you and like scam somebody out of money, I can get why like maybe some people with check marks that don't have them anymore are upset. You know, that could be bad publicity or something. I mean, at the same time, if you have any common sense, you should probably realize that somebody that's a public figure probably ain't going to be asking you for money. So, you know, do that. But I could get that. In that sense, I get it. And in like any other sense, like it's a fucking blue check mark. If it doesn't do anything to help you or your business, then fucking who gives a shit? And you know, if your business is paying for it, then what the fuck are you worried about? Who gives a shit?
Exactly. Use it as a tax write-off. Was it like $5 a month for 12? Was that $60 a year?
It's $8. $8 a month.
There you go. Yeah.
8 times 12, 96. 64, something.
Boom. No, 96, you nailed it. Boom.
96? Not 96, is it 96?
8 times 2 is 16. 1, 8 times the 9, 96, yeah.
Fuck me, all right.
Math.
Sweet.
All right, so when it all comes down to it, the birds and the bees, the jabroni of the week.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jabroni.
Dangerous talk. You know, never a talk to look forward to, the birds and the bees.
No, it's not fun. I kind of have to do that. Oh God, no, I don't even want to think.
Stop it! Your kids are young.
No, it's not true, man. We're getting ready to turn 12. Obsessed with girls.
It's young,
dude. No.
I didn't talk to a girl since that's like 6th grade, isn't it?
Yeah, he's gonna be 6. I mean, I lost my virginity in like freshman year of high school.
Yeah, that's you got like a good 4 years before you have to
But the kids are evolving now, so
Oh
things
yeah,
happen
maybe like
quicker.
8th grade's the situation now. I don't know.
So it's scary. It's scary out there.
Oh man, maybe I should have a talk with Sophia.
Yeah, keep her away from boys. Boys are disgusting.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We'll be back next week. We're on the road to.
Is next week Backlash?
No,
Is
not
next week?
yet.
Are you sure?
Is it the
May?
first week? May 6th?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we got So we got 2 more weeks until it.
2 more weeks.
We're continuing now. I got the big birthday weekend for me.
Word.
We're doing a little Top Golf coming up.
First trip to Top Golf for the man. For me, at least. Yeah.
So I mean,
I'm gonna now. Like, how is this? What's your like? I guess you don't know anything about it, right? You don't know how it's. Okay.
I played Top Golf once on the Oculus with my golf game. Where.
Yeah. I do that all the time.
Yeah, that's the only Top Golf experience I've had is just playing it through VR. So I have no real life. I heard it's fun. So.
Yeah.
See how it goes. You can check out all episodes of the JaBROnis over on the YouTube channel, the JaBROnis Pod. We're on Twitter, JaBROnis Pod, Twitch, JaBROnis Pod. You could follow the show on Twitter, JaBROnis Pod. You could follow me. I am Happy Jabroni on Twitter.
Madcap Jabroni right down here.
And, we're at the Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff. You can go find us. Back next week. Continue talking about this ridiculous world of wrestling. Yes. Anything in closing?
Just watch out for bees, man. Watch out for bees.
Keep an eye out, all right?
Yeah.
They're coming. They're coming for you.
It's that type of season.
I vision next week we come back and I'm looking at you right now and your face is all blown up all over. Just they got through a crack in the foundation and your face.
Woke up like this.
You can barely talk from the swelling. Oh, God, I hope it doesn't happen.
It's gonna suck.
All right, keep your head on a swivel until next week. JaBROnis. Out. Where's the thing at? All right, here we go.
Jabroni, JaBRONI, XYZ, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jabroni.
We don't believe you, jaBROnis. We don't believe you, jaBROnis. We don't believe.